Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to ShortSalePower.com. I'm Fred, he's Kevin. ShortSalePower.com. Said that twice.
Are you reapplying for your auctioneer job or something?
No, I just like doing it fast sometimes.
You're like, hey, I'm going once, going twice. Hey,
Yep.
I got 30, got 50. Someone give me 70, 75, 75, 80. All right, let's talk short sales.
Gone wild first.
Short sales gone wild. August 4th.
Oh.
San Jose, California.
Yep.
Check the events page. Sign up now.
This is
Trust
an
me,
advanced class. Please hear me on that.
Not only isn't it an advanced class, it's also cheaper today than it will be a few days from now. Meaning there is a ticket price for early people. There's a ticket price for people who are kind of on time. There's a ticket price for people who are on time. And there's a ticket price for people who wait for the end till the very last day. Trust me, you don't want to wait till the last day. You want to sign up today and get the cheapest price possible on a ticket. This is content that is worth way more than what we're charging. This is content that you're not going to hear from anywhere else. You're not going to get any sort of forum or paid monthly coaching. This is the best of the best when it comes to short sale content. You don't want to miss it. Money back guarantee. You don't like the class, you wait 60 days, you don't have better results in your business, we'll give you back your money. Plain and simple.
Last 10 seconds. Don't want to join us in San Jose? Fill out a come to my office form on ShortSalePowerHour.com. It's one of the links on the top of our page, and encourage us to come to your city. Okay, let's jump in. It's Friday, Kevin, and let's talk about the longest living short sale listing that we currently have, and I think that we've ever had.
Yeah, well, we listed in, not ever, but close. This will be second place for sure. We listed this property in September of 2009.
And today,
we're gonna
if I recall correctly, it's July 1st, 2011.
Yeah, so this deal's closing in July of 11. We listed in September of 09. That is just shy of 2 years.
Okay, so we're not excited to admit that. We've only had one other short sale file that's lasted that long. Okay, but here's the deal.
Well, sometimes things happen.
Yeah, so I'll set up the homeowner side and let Kevin do the other side. Basically, we've had this short sale approved before. We had it approved, honestly, at a stellar price. The comps were priced 30%, 40% below the rest of the comps. That's the reality. This home's in bad shape, okay? It has some other attributes to it that are causing people to not want to write offers on it.
Clearly, I mean,
we've had it on the market for 2 years, right? So we had a situation where we got a new offer on the property for about 10 grand less than the last one that was approved. And we submitted it to the bank, and don't you know, they did a BPO, and they came back with a value of like 140 or something.
And our offer is for 90.
90. So that's, I think, $50,000 more if my math's correct.
And realistically, when you look at the comps, the BPO is correct based on comps.
Yeah, I could justify 120 to 140. 140 is kind of high, but okay.
I mean, the comps are definitely high.
Sure.
There are no comps.
I think the BPO agent was blind and/or sent his 14-year-old son over to the house to take the interior pictures.
Enter the property.
Correct.
I mean, who knows if they might have just taken our pictures off the MLS. Who knows?
It might have.
So they clearly didn't enter the property because based on comps, we didn't have any support. Like, so we know that the home's not worth 125, 130, 135 because we've had it listed for sale for 2 freaking years.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's not worth that. We've tried to sell for a higher price, 90. In fact, we had a hard time getting an offer at $90,000, right? I mean, we had a heck of a time getting an offer at 90.
Yes.
So we know for a fact it's not worth that, although we don't have any supporting data to back us up in the way of comps.
Correct.
So
what do you do, Kevin? Basically, the bank says, I'm going to close down your file in the next 24 hours if you don't produce a higher offer. You go and look to pull comps to try to justify it, and you go, we stand no chance in disputing this short sale and this BPO with comps.
Absolutely. So here's what I did look at, because I knew we didn't have the comps. I did pull out the 2 or 3 that came closest to supporting us, and I sent those over as well. But here's what I really did. I compiled the story.
Okay.
I told the story, and normally I would say you don't go into story, but when it's time to overcome something like this, you do. And I talked about the condition of the property, the current condition. Just so happened the one time we had the file approved in the past, it got canceled, and we had a copy of the inspection, so I used that to show the condition of the property.
Got it.
We had an insurance claims history report. I used that showed some damage years and years ago. And on top of that, I had a hardship letter who had some from our sellers who quite honestly are going through a really, really tough time. And I've just kind of mashed that all together. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail here because I think that's something more reserved for Short Sales Gone Wild or some other training class. But I can tell you what we did, and we've done this many times, is we didn't use the comps because we didn't have comps. So we used everything else that we had to tell the story of, Here's why an exception needs to be made. I would, as Tammy would say, I told them something they didn't know. I showed a story that they hadn't seen before, that they hadn't seen. And what happened? I mean, within a couple days, they're like, yes, we'll review the file and correct it.
And what's more important that I also want you guys to hear, it's not just what we did, what Kevin did on this file, but it's how he went about it. He didn't just go to the negotiator. He didn't just go to the negotiator's manager. He went to the AVP in the department, and he CC'd the executive team as well at this particular bank. Some people that knew him at this particular bank. And he said, look, there are extenuating circumstances. There are things beyond just the BPO value. There are things going on with this home and this homeowner. And we've had this home listed for 2 years and no payments have been made. And guess what, Mr. Servicer? You guys haven't even scheduled a foreclosure sale date on this home to top it all off, right? Presented all that information and said, look, take the money. There's not a chance you're going to get any more. Trust me, you guys have done enough business with me. And within 24 to 48 hours, they came back and said, you know what, Kevin, we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll
Actually, it wasn't, I mean, it was 12 hours later. I got a phone call the next morning.
And the approval letter came a couple days later.
Yeah, I mean, the approval letter took a few days. Obviously, they still had to review the file, but they looked at our data and said, you know what, you guys are right. We'll do this.
So hopefully at some level that story and just the ideas that we presented there did something for you. I want to encourage you to have a great 3-day, I almost said Labor or Memorial Day, but it's Independence Day weekend. I got to get my words right here.
Wow, buddy.
July 4th, Independence Day. 1776.
Wow.
Did I get it right?
Wow.
You know what's awesome is somebody had something on their door out here in the hallway on the way over.
You had one of those quarter. You had a bicentennial quarter in your
No, there was a sign out in our hallway, and I saw it before we walked in this room to film.
Wow.
Hey, let's wrap it up. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us on Short Sale Power Hour. 1, 2, 3. Short Sale Power Hour. Short Sale Power Hour. Crush it.